So I want to, again come back to you, right? If you were to rank the factors that are the most critical for you to attain leadership levels as a woman, if I were to, summarize, say marriage, the partner,
Partner, yeah.
kids, and
I think we're looking at it very unidimensionally. We're only looking at these factors around marriage, kids, etc. I think there's a whole lot of plethora of other things
I
that
am
you need to
assuming
do.
all the other variables are taken care
Okay,
and
all
she is
right.
driven.
Okay.
She is driven, she wants to make a mark.
Then these
Uh,
all become secondary.
These
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
so,
These all
absolutely.
become secondary there itself. If you are an excellent person delivering
Hmm.
excellent product services,
Nothing can
you will
stop you.
nothing can
Yeah.
stop you.
true. When if you have a toxic husband, you an excellent person, that
No, but
does
What
affect.
did
what
you
if you
leave
had
the
a
toxic
toxic
husband?
wife?
Oh,
Did
no,
you leave the
in
toxic
Yeah.
See, I husband? think marriage is
Yeah.
not the thing. I feel the partner
Yeah.
is.
So partner.
So marriage is not the hindrance. Partner is the
So if I
hindrance.
wanted to rank these variables, okay, I'm talking from a pure data science perspective, okay. Assume the other variables are all constant, and let's say these are the variables that impact the where you can make a choice, provided you're driven. If it's a partner, the city shifts during marriage, then timing of having your kids or surrogacy or whatever that is. So if you were to kind of prioritize, what would be the number one factor, what would be number two, number
I
three?
think there's a whole lot of other things to
I'm just
me.
trying to mathematize it, okay.
Support
Okay.
So
system.
you
Multivariate
know what?
analysis you have
If
to
we
do.
if we
Yeah.
are
Multivariate
1 year
analysis.
back because of city shift, 3 years back because of first child, 3 years back because of second child, so total 7 years back, or for that matter, let's say 10 years back. But women has the caliber to cover up these 10 years in 5 years if she excels in what she is doing. So these factors really don't matter. As long as you are connected, you are excellent in what you're doing. And for that matter, for men also, there are so many men. We already know that corporate has more men than women. Not everybody goes to the leadership position, right? So
True.
why are we talking about women not going to leadership position?
We're talking not about women not going to leadership
So
position,
if a
enabling
person,
women to go more to more
But
so
that's
leadership.
what we are
these,
trying to say, that it's not about marriage or motherhood, etc.
Hmm.
That is the hindrance for them to reach leadership positions. There's a whole lot of things around mindset, self-limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, superwoman syndrome, etc. We've not even touched on that conversation.
I, I understand. So this is more around these, finer nitty gritties, which is more common to the Indian context that we want to address. I'm assuming that a woman who is watching this, a young girl graduate who is watching this, is already driven and wants to has the right mindset and has the right drive. But there are other external factors that influence her to probably not excel in her career. Like she said, there is a lot of wasted potential that she saw in her classmates that could have been utilized much better. How do we ensure that we mitigate it? There is no point, there is no way we are going to make it to zero. But how do we reduce it or go towards reducing it is the reason. The reason I'm probing it again and again there is because let's assume all those variables are covered. A girl is super driven, she's fantastic academic topper, she has a drive, she has got a great start in a great company. Now she's making say 15 lakhs per annum right out of college. Okay, now her parents get her like say 6 years older than her husband from the US who's on H1B and who's making let's say $200,000 a year.
if
And then
she's
she's
already driven, she's already speaking up for
so
herself.
I'm saying, so in that context she doesn't know if I go and marry this H1B guy, then I'll have to till I get a this
But
guy
if
gets a
she is
green
the
card.
way that you're describing her, she would have taken that
Exactly.
decision to say, do I want to continue to work? Is this right for me? Will I go there and pick up a
Right.
job?
Yeah.
I'm saying that, so those are some of the things she would have already
Already thought
decided.
Yeah.
about, she's if
There
she's
is no,
achieved so much, she has already thought about this before marrying that 6-year-old husband.
Six
Older.
year
Six,
old.
Oh,
six
six
years
year
older.
older.
older
Older, I
husband
said. Older.
who's an
Six year
H1B.
older
Child
husband.
And
marriage.
what are her
You're
career aspirations? She would have thought about
Yeah.
all that, weighed the pros and cons. So like I said, these are things. And if you're talking about that tier two, tier three city girl, who's being pushed by her parents to get married, thinking about a career, that's a different story altogether. I would then say, does she have the resources? Is she empowered? Does she have, a whole lot of, does she have the right mindset? Is she able to challenge and overcome those challenges? To challenge the society around her, etc. The encouragement, the role models. I think those are things that those girls would be looking for to be able to make those
So now
So,
you
progress.
so
got
I
more
think
parameters.
we
Now you
should
train your
divide the
model
entire thing
accordingly.
into two type of fresh graduates. One fresh graduate who is already driven, and the other fresh graduate who is not self-driven because of certain factors around her.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the female who's already driven. She doesn't need any other support. She is driven. She'll speak for herself.
And she'll
She'll
decide.
She
find
will
it for
find
herself.
out
She'll
ways.
find
The
ways.
She'll
other
find out
one
ways.
She'll
who
make
is
it work.
not driven but capable, now we need to motivate her. Now
Yeah.
let's talk about how we can motivate
Motivate
her,
her. That's a different
right?
thing altogether.
Maybe rephrasing my question. Go.
So now how we motivate her is now probably everybody can
But
pitch in.
I don't think we've got enough time for that because that's a totally different discussion. We've been focusing on marriage and childcare and egg freezing and surrogacy here.